Morning. Sunday, day 7 of Be Positive Challenge, or our positively. That's funny. I almost said that the other day too. Our positively challenged challenge. No, it's our positivity challenge. That's what we're doing, right? Being positive. It's Sunday morning. Hope you guys enjoyed your whole holiday weekend. If you're celebrating the 4th, if not, I hope you enjoyed your weekend anyway. So I always kind of ponder what I'm going to talk about, but I never scripted. I never make plans to talk about just one thing. I just let it go based on, comments and things that I'm thinking about, things that are going on in my life. Really, I get to meet a lot of interesting people, a lot of really nice people, and then of course I've got some great people online that I consider friends as well. Good morning, Motley. Hey, Mr. Earl, how are you, sir? I have met a few people recently since we started this challenge who have asked me or voiced their concerns to me about giving gratitude. And in their lives, they don't have much, in their opinion. Their house isn't where they want it to be, or what if they want it to be. Their job isn't exactly how they feel it should be going. Their relationship. Here's a good one. Somebody's relationship isn't what they think it is supposed to be. And these are words, it should be this way, it should be that way, it should be this way. People should all over themselves all the time. And I wanted to point out to them, and I did point out to them, and I'll share it with you, that being grateful doesn't mean you state that you're willing to stay and settle for what you have. Let me clarify that. Let's say that your relationship isn't where you think it should be, where it should be. And you give gratitude. I'm so grateful that I'm in a relationship at the moment that isn't quite okay. Now let me clarify this. It's not perfect, but the relationship isn't destructive. I would never tell this to anybody who's in a destructive or an abusive relationship. Okay, let me clarify that. So the relationship isn't just perfect. It's good. They love each other. They've been together for a long time. Things are just not the way they used to be. Okay, let me clarify that. So when you're grateful, if you say, I'm grateful for my relationship, their question or their concern was, am I settling for where I'm at? Does that make sense? Oh, thank you so much. I'm grateful for this. Does that mean we can't move forward from this? Absolutely not. And I want you to understand that, but it's your mindset. It's what you're saying that will change that. So I'm grateful for the opportunities, or I'm grateful for the ability to see that this is where things are and this is where things are going to be or can be. And I'm grateful for the foresight, the health, the love, the clarity, whatever it is, to see that this is where I can go. Does that make sense? So I wanted to point that out because it was kind of an interesting thing. Mr. Stiver, how are you, sir? One of my best friends is online. I haven't seen him in a long time. Not that you're not my friends. You're all my friends. Okay. But so I hope that was clear. They have a little tiny financial situation and they know it should be better. Or if they say, I'm grateful for the ability to go to work every day, are they settling for what it is they have and they can't move past it? Absolutely not. That's not what it's about. But I do want to stay focused on what our challenge is about. The challenge is being positive, not being grateful. Okay. So gratitude is a great way to start your day and become positive. My Aunt Carol posted something for me. She sent me a message the other day from Arizona. I think she's still in Arizona. She sent me a scientific blurb that showing gratitude in the morning resets your neuroreceptors. It reprograms your brain. And if they did a scientific study, like they do with everything, for people that need that kind of proof, right? It's scientifically been proven to say, I just know it works. That it rewires your brain. So showing gratitude every day is something that we want to practice. Even if you have a quote unquote bad day, showing gratitude, even for the bad day, the opportunity to learn what you learned yesterday. Now, since this is a being positive challenge, how do you spin a quote unquote bad day into a positive day? Well, it's kind of simple. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to run your life, but you know what positive is. And on that note, I've had people ask me, What does it mean to be positive? They, and I'm not going to call them out, but you know who you are. Um, they fall into the category of soap opera people, where they think that everything is chaotic and lies and terrible. You've all met somebody like that, and if it's not, they create something to make their life feel that way, so that they feel significant and everything feels great, right? So they don't have a positive role model. Well, that was my advice. Find somebody, and this is my advice to you too, if you're having a hard time staying positive or being positive all the time, find a role model that you think, and we tell this to people, we tell this to martial arts students, I tell this to everybody in any walk of life in my coaching business. Whatever it is they're looking to change or do, seek somebody or something that pulls you from your current position into a mindset that you want to be, where you want to be, what you could be, okay, what you can be, and model that. When Mr. Larry Tatum accepted me as his student about 20 years ago, you know, I had a ton of martial arts instructors, and not a ton, I've had a few, but I took the advice of my coach, Tony Robbins, and he said, you know, model greatness. And I'd done this all my life and just not knowing what it was called. So I watched how he breathed, how he moved, how he thought, the sounds he made, the power that he executed, the ideas behind his movement. And I modeled and pretty much mimicked everything that he did so I could get in his mindset and feel that state of accomplishment. And man, did it turn my world around. He's just a man, right? So find somebody that you think is positive, that you look at and they go, you look at them and go, man, that's just so cool to live like that. And steal, borrow, use, adapt their personality traits that you want to have. Don't think that you're faking it. And I've heard that expression, fake it till you make it, right? Fake it till you make it. That's a fun way of saying, try on another hat, put on another shirt, another person's shoes, and enjoy it and walk around and see what fits you, and make it your own. There's nothing wrong with that. Changing who you are on a daily basis and becoming somebody better each time you move is what it's all about. That's growth. Okay, so let's stay focused on being positive. Check it out. I came out here this morning in my t-shirt and it was 64 degrees. 64. July 7th. That's pretty cool, right? So I got to put on my sweatshirt. Let's see, I wrote it down because I had a question or two. Somebody asked a couple of questions. In searching for a role model, how do they know when somebody's positive? You know when somebody's positive. It makes you feel good, right? There's a good one. Somebody asked me, do you need negative people to judge and tell you that you're positive? Do you understand what that means? Their question was, and the conversation was this: in a world of balance, if I'm super positive, doesn't that mean somebody else has to be super negative? I'm sorry to laugh, but no. I mean, you think about harmony that way, but it's not that way. It doesn't mean because you want to become wealthy, somebody else has to become poor. Because you have food in abundance, somebody else needs to starve. That's not how it works. Balance is not that way. Okay, there's plenty for everybody. The balance is there for you to witness, recognize, and adjust your behaviors, your thought processes, or your patterns based on this and that, and know where you want to be. That makes sense? So on that statement, their question was, well, then does there have to be somebody negative for me to see so that I know if my reactions are positive? That was a great question. How do you know when you're being positive? I don't know. I don't know. Do you feel positive? When I started really getting into ninja really deeply, the spirituality parts of ninja and the philosophy of ninja, I learned that we redefine our world by redefining our terms. Well, redefine your terms would mean that at one point you have defined them. Now, do you let other people tell you what your words mean to you, or what a certain smell or a taste means to you? It's okay to take advice, and it's okay to listen to people that have gone before. As a matter of fact, I do all the time. I really respect my elders, and that doesn't mean just older people. It means people that have been there longer than I have, that have been there first, have fallen down more times than I can count and picked themselves back up. So I listen to their opinions. I put the hat on and I try it for myself until the reality of what I feel comes to the surface, and then I define it by that. So today, what does being positive mean to you? Okay. I saw somebody posted the Webster's Dictionary. I think it was Guns, right? Posted Webster's Dictionary definition of happiness. I think that's what it was, happiness. And it was awesome, but I challenged her to reframe the last statements in her comment to be positive. So the Masonic Charitable Foundation, the people that posted this first, this challenge that I took it from, borrowed it from, that we adapted it from, posted a couple of days ago, have a mantra. Okay. I've heard of that. You know, you wake up in the morning, and that's my gratitude statement. I wake up and I'm grateful for the idea that today I get to change people's lives. I want to make somebody smile and I'm going to learn something new. That's my gratitude statement every morning. It becomes rote after a while, so I make sure that I change it, and I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for the experiences I've had in my life. I'm grateful for today. Look at the sunshine. This is awesome. So being grateful. Have a mantra. What was it? I'm a idiot savant. Sometimes I can quote movies. I can quote Gilligan's Island from the 1970s if you want me to. But I think it was Evan Almighty. He wakes up and he says, so he looks in the mirror and he says something like, I'm handsome, successful, attractive, and rich, or something like that. And that was his mantra for the day. And it set his mind straight, right? So come up with a mantra. My simple mantra, and I don't repeat this to myself every day, but when you ask me, when you run into somebody on the street and you say, hey, how you doing? Hi, how are you? Those of you that have been around me long enough know my answer. I have a couple of them, but my favorite one is, type it in. How are you? And I say, I'm incredible. That's what I say. How are you? I'm incredible. If nothing else, it reminds me that, heck yes, I'm incredible. It takes people off guard, makes them smile. Some people use it, steal it, love it. Some people, you know, I don't know. But be positive about it. So how are you? I'm incredible. That's my mantra. I wrote a couple things down that I wanted to share with you today, too. Knowing what is right doesn't mean much unless you do it. That was a quote on one of the cowboy posts that I follow. And I've seen it before, and I know it. And since I know it, it hit home, and I wanted to remind you all of this. Knowing how to do all of these wonderful things, how to be positive, how to show gratitude, how to look for success, how to set your goals, how to clearly focus on the why you want what you want to achieve, which is way more important than the how. The how will happen, trust me. Knowing about the law of attraction. So knowing all of these things is good. But if I personally don't get up and do them, or personally get up and use them, they're just like the books on the shelf. You know, I read them once and set them down. The information inside is only as good as the person who's using it. So please remind yourself that when you know what to do, do it. The best way to do that is to use my rule of 3 whenever you learn something. Okay, this is my rule of 3 when you learn something. Learn it, apply it, teach it. So today, while you're listening here, whatever it is that stands out that I've said to you, learn it and apply it. And when you apply it specifically to your life. When you're ready to learn something, martial arts, new language, business, something about yourself, you apply it directly to your situation, you today. Don't put it, off on somebody else, but however you can associate it to make it yours right now, do so. And then as soon as you can, I'm not talking about running out in the street and grab somebody, hey, check out what I learned today. Even that might work, I don't know. But the first opportunity you get to share it, teach it. Go wake up your kids and say, hey, come here and check out what I learned. Wake up your wife and say, guess what I learned about how much I love you right now. Do that. Learn it, apply it, and teach it. It's yours forever. Okay, good. And then this one's really cool. I love this. Who you are is worth more than who you think they want you to be. Let me rephrase that. I didn't write it down right, so I'll restate it. Who you are is worth more than who you think they want you to be. Let me say it again. Who you are is worth more than who you think they want you to be. How many of you put your happiness in somebody else's hands? How many of you put your greatness in somebody else's hands? And how many of you spend way too much time trying to please other people or do things that you think they want you to do? Now, if you're in a relationship or you're a child, and you have parents who want you to be a certain way, in a relationship, you are yourself. Don't try to change for other people, and definitely don't try to change them for you. But if you have behaviors like being negative all the time, or self-destructive tendencies that cause the people that love you to worry about you, maybe these are things you can look at and change for yourself based on what other people think. That's kind of a loophole, right? But never, never, never lose who you are, who you want to be, just because somebody else doesn't want you to be there. There's going to be a lot of people trying to hold you back in life. Be positive, blaze the trail, show them how to get there, and don't look back. Okay? All right, so day 7, positivity challenge. Today, I guess we're going to do this. Let me know how your week was. I want to hear from you. I really do. Myron Huntley, champion of the response this week. Okay, he's in control, or he's in the lead. I said, what makes you happy? Brother Mike jumped in his truck or his car, stuck his dog next to him, traveled down this dirt road full of nice trees, and I'm pretty sure it's probably his property in Minnesota, I believe. I don't know. His new life, and showed me what mattered most, or what made him happy at that moment. His girlfriend, his wife. I'm not sure if he's married. And his dog in the road, and he played some country music, turned on some old country music. So he's the champion so far of the response. I want to hear some responses. I love interaction. So I see you guys saying hi. Man, I love you guys. Some cool people. Hey, Tiffany, Miss Phelps, how you doing, Mr. Porter? My wife's always on. It's funny because she'll sit in the back room and wait till I go live, and then she'll jump on here and listen. Today she's walking around outside, but I love that. It's kind of fun. Bob Earl, it was really cool to see you. Mr. Motley, always count on you. But show me some responses. How was your week? What changed? What didn't change? Create a mantra. How are you? I'm incredible. How are you? And let's keep going forward. Day 7. We'll start next week all fresh on Monday. Actually, for those of you that know me, today is day 1 of my week. I always start my week on Sunday. Today's day 1 of my week. That gives me 1 full day ahead of the competition. Right? Not that there's competition. I'm my best competition. So, okay. I think that's it. Have a fantastic day. It's beautiful outside. We planted some grapes yesterday. Or not yesterday. We planted some grapes this week. We planted some blueberries yesterday. So my wife's running around doing yard work again today. I'm going to go down and spend about an hour in the 30,000-pound attitude adjustment room. I'm going to go lift some weights. I love doing that. I'll start my day off really cool. Hang in there. We'll see you next week. Be positive. All right. I love you.